Hey everyone, how's it going? It's SixPod from FortniteEsport here with BELAEU from Helsinki Reds. BELAEU just qualified for the World Cup Solos Division in New York City in the first wave of qualifications. BELAEU, what does this mean for you? How big of an accomplishment is it to qualify in the first wave?
It's a huge relief and it feels so good. Like qualifying first week, it gives me like a freedom and a stress relief. I can focus on the important things and I don't have to stress about qualifying again.
So, what will you be focusing on in weeks to come in preparation for the World Cup?
Of course, I will continue training the actual game like I have before, but I will mostly focus on the things outside of gaming, like my sleep schedule, eating, and my physical health, mental health, all of those things.
Do you have coaches that help you with that, or do you have any mentors that help you with that?
You could say I have a mentor. Helsinki staff member Vormira is pretty much my manager and my coach and my mentor. The whole deal.
That's cool. So you have this one big force that helps you with pretty much every aspect of your game, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
All right,
You could say that.
cool. So just talk to me a little bit about yourself as a player. What got you into gaming? Why did you decide to go full time in Fortnite?
So I've always played games. Like my father was very well working with PCs, so he wanted me to play games, and I played games.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point in my teenage years, I quit gaming. Actually, I spent time on gym and studying and work.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, Fortnite comes like along. My friends convinced me to play, and it felt really fun again to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, I feel like I can compete at this game. And Helsinki Reds contacted me, and at some point it came a reality that I could actually be competing seriously.
Yeah, that's
It was
crazy.
a weird route.
Yeah. So you said your dad was into computers. Did he help you build your first computer, or was he always involved in the process of you becoming a Fortnite pro?
Yeah, he built me all of my PCs. I
Yeah.
didn't do much
Yeah.
myself, to be honest. uh, no, my dad wasn't like involved in me getting into Fortnite, but
Mm-hmm.
he has been involved in my gaming like
Yeah.
the whole my whole life.
How did your parents receive your move to becoming a Fortnite pro? Were they supportive of it?
My father was very supportive. Like he never said anything bad about it. He never questioned it. But my mother has never supported me the same way. Like at some point she used to say that there's no reason for me to play because you can't earn money with it, and
Mm-hmm.
that has not turned out well.
Yeah. So what do you have to say to her now, or does she think any differently now that you qualified for the World Cup?
Yes, he definitely thinks things differently now, but I don't know. I've always like stick to my own like intuition. I've never like doubted myself.
Yeah, for
I've
sure.
kept going.
It's good to hear. So who do you consider your biggest inspiration? Either in life or in gaming, either way.
Oh man, that's a difficult question. Uh, I haven't thought about that a lot. I don't know if I have someone.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I kind of look up to Simple from CS:GO.
Yeah.
Not that I want to be like him, but he is just an awesome esports player, like so unimaginable, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and then, would you say you have like a good, support staff around you with your teammates, your managers, and everything like that?
Yeah, I do definitely.
Okay. Cool.
I would say it's the best possible, but no one is ever doubted me in my like close vicinity.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So we'll just transition into talking about more like current stuff right now. Um, you know, Qualifying obviously is a huge achievement. Um, but before this, you never finished. I'm looking right now above 65th in a solo event. What was your mindset coming into qualifiers, and what changed for you in order to be able to secure such a high finish?
Okay, so a pretty major change happened in the semi-finals on Saturday, I almost didn't qualify, and it would have been the first time I didn't qualify for an event like this. So, like even the finals. So I had to go through a mental check with me, and I realized I have never pushed myself mentally as hard as I could have, and that changed on Sunday. Like I pushed myself so hard mentally, like I pressured myself to play as well as I can. Like the whole session, the whole 3 hours, I was so focused on the game. Actually, like that was the major change. I've usually played a bit more like relaxed, chilled, looked at like YouTube at the same time or something like that. And this time I didn't do any of that.
So, were you more focused on like your rotations and your positioning in the towards mid game, end game, or talk to me about a little bit about your game plan as well.
Most of my focus is trying to play the end game clean. I have no issues with early and mid game, in my opinion. Like never had. So usually I just have to keep my focus up on end game, because in Fortnite, if you tunnel focus too much on a single thing for like 2 seconds, you get killed for that. It's a minor mistake. So I try to focus on my end game. Just get to the end game and then try to play clean.
Got you. So, maybe talk to me a little bit about your strengths as a player. Where do you think you thrive, and maybe where do you think you could improve a little bit going into World Cup?
So I would say my strengths, like actually compared to other people, it would be my like mental side, my discipline towards training, and my positive mindset are really big compared to other people. I would say I have less negative thoughts about the game, and I really take this seriously. So my training is serious. Like my training is not dependent on my motivation. Like I train because I want to train and I want to be good
Yeah.
all the time. And my weakness would be on the mechanical side. Like my mechanics have never been good. They're not bad, but I always could improve them. But I don't think they're holding me back, but I'm still training on them a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's not necessarily about being the most mechanically sound player. It's just making the right decisions. So, and I see
Yep.
that you've definitely been doing that. So, now that you're qualified, what are your goals for World Cup? Obviously, you want to win, but for World Cup and beyond, you know.
I want to compete at the highest level as long as I can. Like that's my main goal. Even if okay, I'm going to win for World Cup, let's say it like that. But even if I don't succeed like I wish I would, I will continue playing and stay on the top. That's my end goal. I will aim to be like EU top 10, definitely EU top 50 at least.
Yeah.
That's my major goal.
Well, you're definitely at a very good trajectory for that right now. And then
Yeah.
one last question before I wrap this up. There's been a lot of talk about the current meta in Fortnite. What are your thoughts on the ballers? What are your thoughts on pretty much everything that Epic Games is doing right now?
Let's start with the simple part, the ballers. It's pretty simple. I would wish ballers to be removed from the competitive side of gaming, like competitive side of Fortnite.
Right.
I don't think they're a problem for like the casual player base, but when we are competing for big money and there's like skill involved, the ballers deny a lot of that skill to be shown. So I would wish they split like the competitive gameplay and the casual gameplay a bit. But in general, Fortnite now, I don't know. It feels kind of decent for me. Like it's not great, but it's not that bad either. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, it might be me, but I enjoy playing the game at the moment. Honest to God, I enjoy playing.
It's just the ballers that are kind of annoying to deal
Yeah,
with, right?
for me it's the ballers. For me it's definitely the ballers. Like I see the other things in the game, like bugs and all imbalances. They are all the same for all of the people, but the ballers are just, I don't know, they feel weird.
Yeah, it's more RNG based, whether you can get it, whether it spawns, something like that.
Yeah,
It-
definitely, yeah.
It's kind of like a free pass to end game. Yeah,
Yep.
I understand. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. It's really much appreciated. BELAEU, best of luck to you in the World Cup and beyond. We'll definitely be rooting for you. And everybody that's watching this, please make sure to check out his socials. I'll link them down below. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, all of that. Make sure to check it out. He's a great player, even better guy. And if you're interested in this kind of content, please make sure to subscribe. We'll have tons of more interviews on the road to World Cup.